Good evening, RSC, and welcome to match day. I believe it's 14 now. Yes, match day 13. Well, I'm a day ahead. Match day 13. Welcome back, everybody. We have an elite matchup for you tonight. This could have some huge playoff implications depending on how things go tonight. I am MD. With me on the desk is my partner in crime, Sauce Boss 36. How you doing, Sauce?
Doing fantastic. It's always a pleasure to be on the desk with you here on the RSC.
Absolutely. And also, we do have Precision once again rocking the production for us in the background. Greatly appreciate having him around as always. Now, like I said, this match does have some huge playoff implications. We have Despair versus, man, my screen is lagging. Of course, we have Despair versus Embezzlers. Embezzlers, I believe, are #1 in the tier right now, and Despair are trying to get some games off them to potentially get that #1 seed as we move closer and closer into the playoff hunt.
Yeah, Embezzlers have had a pretty solid season so far. Some did have a few unfortunate 2-2s. Are currently second, although a big wins tonight could propel them to be, I believe they would be, if a 4-0 tonight would set them still at 2, but then instead of a 5-game deficit, they'll have just
on
one.
On the standings here. Yeah, so right now, Embezzlers are second, and Menthol is still holding first, so they're definitely hoping to get those big wins, and maybe hoping Menthol did not have a great night, but who knows at the moment. We're going to go ahead, take a look at the team stats for the season. Like we said, Embezzlers are coming in with a 34-14 record. They are the team to beat right now for Despair. They are definitely hoping they can at least get a couple games off them. 4 would be ideal, but looking at the stats, just the team stats in general, this could be a hard sell for Despair. I mean, we do have Wicked on the field, who everybody loves here on the stream. So Wicked is hoping to... But, wow, like you said, they've been having a great season.
Yeah, they've been having a fantastic season, and really the stats are kind of different
a little bit there. Sauce, what'd you say?
They've been both having great seasons. Shot percentage is a little bit higher on the Embezzlers side, but we see a lot more shots coming out of the Despair. And saves are pretty high for Embezzlers too, but we'll have to see if they can survive the onslaught of a team that's shooting almost 100 games higher than they are.
Yeah, that is definitely some insane stats just looking across the board there. As we slowly move into our player stats, we have to see exactly how everything kind of divvies up. First, we have up Despair. We have AEB, Wicked, dvorl, and oddtrip on the team, with AEB and Wicked having played the majority of the games this season, if not all of them, by the looks of things. And AEB and Wicked definitely seem to be the primary shooters, both coming in with 131 and 169 shots apiece, which is a lot of shots to be putting on throughout the season. And in a tier like Elite, that's not an easy feat, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely not an easy feat when this is about the stage where teams get really good at saving the ball. It becomes a lot harder to put anything in the back of the net. Actually just scrimmed these guys before my own matches, and they were playing very solidly. We were splitting games with them, and they've just been putting on a pretty solid performance all season. And big thing to note, this is going to be likely Abe or AEB's last game of the last matchup of for the next 3 match days, as he'll be gone for a little bit. But if they can pull out a 4-0, that would be absolutely huge momentum while he's gone.
You're absolutely right there. And speaking of the saves, we have Wicked at the top of his team there with 62 saves. AEB also doing some good work in the background there with 53. Decent assist numbers we're seeing across the board as well, 36, 26, and 16 apiece for both Devo and oddtrip. So hoping to see that their passes connect a little bit. and hoping to see at least their shots be on target. I mean, those shooting percentages are incredible. But as we move over to Embezzlers, their shooting percentage is even better. I mean, they have 3 players nearing 40% shooting on the season, and that is absolutely insane.
So they've been played these guys as well. They're a very, very solid team. It's a feat just to take off 1 game, let alone 2. Either way, this game is going to be an absolute slugfest. Shots are going to be going off left and right. We're going to see a lot of saves, trying to keep it out of the net. Teams, when one team gets offense, we're going to see them on offense for a while, and they're going to have to survive an onslaught. 121 shots out of Knabit alone, and still shooting a 33% is just incredible.
Yeah, that is a remarkable amount of shots, and being that accurate as well is just incredible stuff to see. I mean, and also from Baron as well, 39.76 shooting percentage on the season, 33 goals on 83 shots. That is incredible stuff. And then their assist numbers quite similar to Despair up above. I mean, they're definitely sharing the ball a lot, so I'm expecting to see a lot of maybe infield passes off the sidewall, just trying to break down the defense any way that possible that they can to keep themselves on this last minute push to the playoffs. And I want to say, I could be wrong here, but potentially if Embezzlers do sweep or get a 3-1 here, would that mean they would clinch playoffs would that mean they clinch playoffs this early, or are we still like kind of outside of that?
I believe if Embezzlers win, they would clinch. They are very high up on the standings. Despair is almost in a clinching scenario, although they're going to have to win at least 2 to 3 games tonight to be able to absolutely lock it in. But I think both of these teams, with being heavy hitters, are likely going to be top 5, top 6 in the standings going into the playoffs.
I believe we're still waiting on one other team to get in here at the moment. Embezzlers are currently kind of icing Despair right now. We're not seeing them in the lobby at this moment in time, so that'll give me and Sauce a little bit more time to discuss what's going on here. I mean, let's go ahead and I guess get kind of some predictions going. I mean, just ignoring the stats. You said you've played both of these teams. I am curious what your thoughts are as to who is potentially going to take this. I mean, Embezzlers are coming in very strong already, and Despair are definitely looking for an upset, so I want to hear your thoughts on this.
I definitely think Embezzlers are a little bit stronger. I only got to play Despair for about 30 minutes before the scrim ended, but Embezzlers were really strong. Even in match time, they're putting on an offense. We were just able to work it a little bit, force a 2-2, and that began the initial bit of Embezzlers slip out of the set towards the 3rd spot. But both of these teams are just so strong. I think Embezzlers are more likely going to pull out a 3-1, but don't be surprised if Despair pulls out a 2-2 here. I just don't see any way Despair can put on a big enough performance to get a 3-1 unless we see something absolutely historic out of Wicked or Abe.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that you definitely would expect maybe some kind of upset to happen here. Looks like we finally got the others into the lobby now. It took them a little bit. They might have been slightly delayed with either a scrim running a little bit long, or maybe they were playing some ranked. But now that we got both teams in here, we're going to go ahead and start moving the teams onto the field. Like we said, this match has huge playoff implications. If Despair manage to at least win this series, they will secure their division, whereas Embezzlers will clinch if they win at least 3 games here. We're getting everybody on the field now. All 6 players are on. Let's get this elite match started.
Absolutely heavy hitter matchup, and in a very high tier as well. You don't see many of these higher tiers get on stream very often. The lower tiers just absolutely love being on stream. Always fun to see them, but now we get an absolute slug of a matchup as we're already seeing shots get saved out and sent back the other way.
Wicked gets demoed there. Oddtrip is able to get it clear off to the side, but it goes as far as Baron. Wicked has a touch upfield. He's going to look for a pass. No. Continues with it. Zero boost. Puts it off the sidewall. It's a pinch to the middle, but Beans is able to clear it. AEB gets a touch. It falls up to the backboard. Baron's able to clear this away. AEB is there. Puts it to the middle. There's Wicked. Maybe looking for a second touch. Manages to get one. Unable to get the follow through. And Beans passes this to Baron, who puts it off the backboard. Is anybody going to be there for the finish? No. Knabit puts it off the backboard once again. AEB will try to take control, but gives the ball away. It's right to Wicked. Wicked trying to carry it down the field. Gets a 50 in the front of the net, but unable to force it through. AEB is going to stop this in the midfield, but already we're seeing some high-flying action as we have 4 shots on net already between both teams.
Seeing shots coming out. We see the offensive plays out of Despair have been a little bit more solo focused, but they've been working pretty well so far, as we saw Wicked get all the way down to the post of the Embezzlers, and it's just showing that that's going to be how it is. Might have to be a solo play that comes out of them right now, but if they want to bring the pressure to them, it's going to be coming down to whoever has the rotational flow, who's going to be able to fill in space when they need it, and who's going to have the speed to carry it in and deny the other team boost when they have to.
Right now, it looks like Despair are relatively low on boost, and Embezzlers were trying to swarm. AEB is able to clear the ball away. Oddtrip has to challenge here, bounces it to the middle. Somebody has to go up. Beans is going to take a shot. It bounces off the post. Can AEB get back? No. Beans will take credit for the shot, and Embezzlers will get on the board first.
Yeah, great shot by Beans off the top, off the right post. And then unfortunately, Abe just not able to get that one out, as half the ball was already in the net. And as we've seen, it's almost 2.5 minutes now, and we only have 1 goal off. We've got several saves from both sides, and they're not letting up right now. But it seems like the Despair side has a little bit less boost. They're not able to find the boost pads when they need it all the time, and it's just leading to a little bit more offensive pressure for Embezzlers.
It's a good flick from Oddtrip. Only goes as far as Baron. Oddtrip looking for a bump on Beans, unable to get it. Wicked was trying to put a shot on target. It's going to roll up the post and out. Baron puts a shot on target. Oddtrip is there, gets the clear. Oddtrip looks for a 50, gets it around Beans. Pass over to the middle to AEB, gets cut off by Baron. Wicked is there. Wicked gets a 50 in the midfield. AEB to the sidewall. Can they get the second touch? No. Oddtrip is there, but has no boost. The ball just gets sent right past him. Wicked tried to pass it to the middle. Beans almost gets a shot on target, but gets cut off. And Wicked, once again, standing tall, trying to make sure that his team can stay in this. Baron has an opportunity, but it goes wide. Oddtrip is going to be able to clear this away. And now we have a reset from Embezzlers.
Yeah, Embezzlers are doing a great job so far, just working the ball over the middle, making opportunities where they are. But also you have Despair. They're doing a fantastic job of their own, just not panicking, letting each other go, not double committing. If we saw them panicking, I'd say we'd be seeing a lot more goals go into the back of their net, as Abe now gets a shot of his own. Oddtrip already up, bang! Oddtrip ties it up with a great pass from Abe. And now we have a game here back to 1-1, needing just one more to take a lead.
That was great offensive pressure coming out from Despair. Wicked won the center all up. AEB gets the bouncer, confuses the defense. Oddtrip to put it in. Great three-man play to get them on the board and tie this game up. Wicked going for a back pass, but it only goes as far as Beans is able to cut it off. Beans trying to get it to the middle, but unable to do so. Gets bumped by Oddtrip, who leaves it for AEB, who's going to send it to the side. Now trying to boom it downfield. Oddtrip is already up, but unable to make the touch. Wicked's there, flicks it over 1. Still has control, 0 boost. Goes for a pinch, but it doesn't go anywhere. AEB is able to get control of the ball here. Trying to put it to the middle. Maybe looking for a bump. Manages to get it. AEB and Oddtrip come together. I believe Oddtrip just sent it right back into his teammate.
Great play by Abe right there. Just not getting out of the play too early, sweeping the net, getting that fantastic bump, just keeps him low, lets him get that top post And now we have a lead for Despair. And I told you this game would be very close, and I would still think Embezzlers need to do a little bit more. They're just kind of not controlling the ball too much. Were filling the space. Great shot right there. I spoke way too soon. Knabit gets the fantastic flip reset and going straight back to it, tying up the game with just 30 seconds left.
Oh, Wicked just backflipped there, and oddtrip was trying to pass that back out to anybody, but unfortunately Knabit will take control, manages to tie this game right back up. 30 seconds remaining now. There's some kickoff shenanigans as Wicked will take advantage of it and put his team back on top.
Neither of these teams want to be down late here with only 30 seconds remaining. 3-2, great kickoff strats, but not leaving the ball. Now we have a 3-2 lead for Despair once again. Now they got to hold on to it for just 25 seconds, and they'll come out with game 1 win.
AEB gets a great 50 there. Oddtrip demos Beans out of the way. Ball's going to fall right to Baron. Baron trying to take control, manages to get it by Wicked, but Oddtrip was there for cleanup. Oddtrip picks up the boost. Knabit is there. AEB puts it to the side. It's off the corner. Beans reads it though. Trying to get this downfield, maybe looking for another shot opportunity. Oddtrip is able to cut it off, trying to put the ball down. Knabit keeps it in the air. Wicked pops it up one more time. The ball's still up in the air. Can AEB put it down? AEB does. It's almost a shot on target, and Despair will take game number 1.
Great job by Despair here in game 1, and what really showed is their composure. Not panicking on defense, not panicking when they got down 1-0 with half the game still remaining. They locked in, held it down tight, and just didn't allow them to shoot anything on net too strongly after that. And they were able to just find each other when they needed to, get the bumps, and sweep across the net, and it was just worked out for them.
The one thing I'm a little surprised about, knowing what we kind of were expecting for this series, I mean, when it came to demos, there weren't a whole lot, and I guess I was expecting that a little bit more, given how important this matchup is. I mean, obviously, Embezzlers primarily wanted the sweep just to make things a little bit harder for Despair. And Despair coming in, also again trying to get a sweep, because that's the goal here. You want to beat your opponent. Sure, a 2-2 is nice because at least you got some wins, but you're ideally looking for that 4-0 sweep or that 3-1. And the implications that this match has is just going to be incredible going in. As we get ready for game number 2, don't forget to get your predictions in. Start of game number 2 is going now. Knabit and Wicked are on the kickoff, and it only goes as far as the sidewall here. Little bit of miscommunication between AEB and Oddtrip as Baron tries to get a 50, manages to put it to the middle, but Oddtrip is there. Wicked's already up, unable to put the ball on target as Oddtrip gets demoed, and now we have a little bit of settling here. AEB has the ball, puts an immediate shot on target. Baron is there. Wicked with the follow-up, unable to put it on target. Baron finally clears this ball away and takes control.
Might go in. Oddtrip just barely able to save that one away. But rotations aren't looking too bad right now for Despair. They're able to keep it kind of alone right now. Oddtrip and Wicked just need to work the boost pads a little bit more. Oddtrip hasn't had boost for the last 20 seconds. A little bit of panic right there. Shot goes awry. Baron Taco not able to put it in. Oddtrip now has a free shot here, right, but saved away by Knabit. Solo plays are so far being their friends, but they need to find a little bit more boost if they want to make it work. Move it from side to side, open up the lanes for a pass, and you might be able to see some quick infield passes come out.
Oddtrip to the middle, but nobody is there. Has to do it all by himself at the moment. Gets a 50 with Beans on the back wall, but Beans is able to force it all the way through. AEB gets a touch, but only goes as far as Knabit. Knabit gets one reset, maybe looking for a second, unable to do so. It's off the backboard, but nobody's there for a shot. Ball gets sent all the way downfield. Wicked was just kind of threatening a demo there. Nothing ends up coming of it. Baron to the backboard. Knabit is already up, but it gets cleared immediately. Beans trying to keep the ball in, trying to keep the pressure up, but Despair are absorbing everything right now. That was a great shot from Baron, but Oddtrip is able to get back in time to clear it away.
Great job. Back to a midfield battle. No one's really had control for more than about 10-15 seconds, just kind of going back to the corner. But a lot more shots are coming out here for the Embezzlers. Just things kind of working their way into the middle, but usually there's somebody back for Despair. Whether they have 100 boost or 0, there's just somebody there to clear it away just as much as they need. Opportunities are coming back, colliding, and we're coming back to the middle. Time and time again, we're seeing these passes try to come out. They just haven't opened them up enough for either side to make anything happen. But now Baron Taco is going to look for a shot. Pass comes together. Beans with the goal. They're going to take a 1-0 lead once here, again here, to start out the match.
It's a great touch from Knabit to get it down to Baron. Baron manages to collect, and Beans will put it between two defenders, put the Embezzlers on top. This is very similar to how Game 1 already went, as this is the exact scoreline we were expecting. Oddtrip again manages to get by everybody, and we're immediately tied. Despair are not going down without a fight.
Took notice of how the offense, the solo plays on offense for Despair have been working out just a little bit better than the pass plays. We've seen the pass plays, they just usually get cut up before the shot even comes off, but those solo plays, they're usually making a little bit of progress, especially with oddtrip. It seems like he's got quite the mechanical ability, just trying to force them out, and he's been able to get plays off to the side. Wicked's trying to make shots of his own. He's not able to pass it before it just gets caught on the backboard. But we've seen, once again, we've seen these offensive solo plays, but there's no one back right now. Just got to cut it off before a shot can come off.
Ball falls harmlessly now. Oddtrip's going to just send this downfield, force everybody to go. Wicked's going to try to put it over top. Beans able to stretch and get to the ball. Knabit's going to clear this, but Wicked is already back, managed to pick up the mid boost as well. Loses the 50, but AEB is there to help clean it up. Beans back into the corner. Ball kind of rolls harmlessly at the moment. Wicked pops it over one. Looking to get it over in a second. Gets it over Baron. Manages to pick up the boost. Looks for the bump. Does get the bump. Can anybody finish? No. Baron somehow manages to get back, but AEB is there to finish it.
Those are looking to be a bread and butter of this Despair offense. We saw it last game, getting them the 2-1 lead. Now here we get them the 2-1 lead yet again in Game 2. Lots of twos. And we get a bump on 2 players in the net as well. We've got them everywhere. Abe looking for another solo play. He's looking for goal number 2. Wicked's going to get a shot of his own. Oddtrip trying to look for a pass, just not able to get to him in time. And they're going to have to reset here once again. Embezzlers need to make something offensively happen quick. But Oddtrip, Wicked, and Abe just a little too fast for them to build up enough offensive pressure.
It's a good demo from AEB on Knabit. Relieves all that defensive pressure. Knabit's going to be able to get the clear, picks up the boost. It's a shot from AEB, but Baron is already there. Pops it up over one, trying to get the second touch, manages to collect it, gets the 50 and puts it into the net. Baron telling everybody to get in the gym.
Yeah, just a little bit too strong there. Gets the pinch off the ground, just off to the top right. We saw this last game. About 30 seconds left, a 2-2 score. Are we going to see another kickoff goal once again? No, we might actually see it, but not quite. Beans just able to clear it away before they get deja vu here. But Wicked able to get a pinch out. This one's all the way up to the ceiling. He's going to get a great boost steal there. Abe working it off the corner. He's going to get 50. Oddtrip able to fill in the space, but he's not able to get there. And now Wicked still building the pressure. Oddtrip there trying to work a pass. This one's going to go all the way back down. Abe's got to get there. Not able to save it out. And now this one has just 5 seconds before we go to overtime.
Golden goal opportunity looming. AEB puts a shot on target. Beans is able to put it down. The ball does manage to hit the ground. And we have Game 2 overtime. Score of 2-2 in Game 2. Like you said, a lot of twos going on right now. Oddtrip going to try to pass this to the middle. Wicked gets a 50. AEB is there, but decides against it. Oddtrip trying to put an awkward shot on target, but unable to get the finish. Knabit's going to clear this long. Oddtrip has plenty of time to grab boost. Grabs boost, pops it over one. Can he get it over Beans? He can, but Baron is already back. Easy collect for Baron. Manages to get it by AEB. Baron gets it over Wicked. Oddtrip is the last one back. Oddtrip stands tall, manages to get the clear, and now just trying to waste some time to allow his teammates to get some boost.
Great time management right there, letting his teammates get back, get boost. Barely able to save that one shot earlier. Wicked not able to get that one, looking for a double. That one gets saved away. Abe just trying to make contact, clear it away. Baron Taco is going to be a little awkward. Oddtrip working it off the backboard. Abe's there. A light touch. That one's going to get cleared away. Now Wicked just trying to clear it off the center. A little backed up there on the left side of the wall. Abe's going to try and muster control. This one might go over the middle, but Wicked too quick. Again, working it back to corner, side to side. It looks like Embezzlers have had just a little bit more pressure and just control here in the game 2 overtime, as they've had to force the Despair's offense and defense to just work overtime just to try to prevent it from going to the back of their net.
Speaking of working overtime, both Baron and Beans currently have 9 saves between them, so it has definitely not been easy for Embezzlers to try to get to this overtime, but they are making sure that they stay in this fight. Oddtrip's going to pass this out to AEB, who gets a skim. It is on target, but Knabit was already back. Oh, Wicked just pre-jumping the absolute heck out of that ball, passes to the middle, gets the bump, but Knabit is once again there for the save.
Yep, the Despair offense going absolutely at it, and a pinch off the ground by Wicked is going to seal up game 2 for them.
The pressure that Despair were putting on that whole entire time, and they were even stuck in their own half for a good majority of this overtime, but Wicked is able to answer the call, gets the ground pitch, puts it into the bottom left corner, and Despair will take a much needed game 2 here.
This is absolutely huge for Despairs. Embezzlers are going to need to get at least another 2 games here if they want to remain in second, tied for second place. They're going to have to do a lot. I mean, the Despair offense is just hammering the net shot after shot. We saw, like, I'm going to have to do math here to find out how many shots they had, because it might be close to 20 for Despair. That is a ton of shots. And we saw, I believe, 12 saves come out of the Embezzlers side. So at least 15 shots for Despair alone.
Yeah, doing some quick math, I want to say that's 16 or 17 shots that Despair have put on in one game. Like, that is an incredible amount of shots. And Embezzlers, they were doing a good job at absorbing a lot of it, but Wicked just manages to get that ground pitch on that last goal opportunity there. Get your predictions in for game number 3, because at this point this could go anybody's way. We already have everybody on the field. These guys are absolutely ready to go. Embezzlers are looking for answers right now as Despair just keeps giving them everything that they need.
Despair's found their number right now, and Embezzlers just really need to find a way to get some offensive pressure, because they don't control it for very long. And and we're going to go back to a 1-0 start here for the Embezzlers. They've had the lead at the start every single game so far, but they need to be able to find a way to build some offensive pressure. We saw it earlier. They just don't usually have it for too long, but Despair are able to control it for a very long time. As we saw there in the overtime, they held control for probably over a minute of the 2-minute cycle. And this could be an opportunity here for Embezzlers to just build some offensive pressure, work it side to side, teammate to teammate. And then nobody on there, they're going to have to pull back yet again.
It's definitely a departure from what we saw in the first 2 games, as it took almost over half the game in games 1 and 2 for any goal to be scored. Now we have Embezzlers starting off with having a bit of a comfortable start, as Oddtrip immediately will tie this back up, and I think Oddtrip has been the one to tie it up every single time they've been down a goal.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of miscommunication. Knabit probably thought he had it, and then it just slips right by him. A lot can happen here, and communication is so key. trust in your teammate, just trying to have it. Odd Trip able to just have a lot of time. Embezzlers just need to find a way to force the issue early and not allow the Despair to just have any control. As we've seen a lot of pre-jumps come out of Odd Trip and Wicked so far, they just don't have any chance to build any solo play. It's just a quick one shot out, and that's about all the offense the Embezzlers have had today so far.
Yeah, Despair have been playing clinical in the midfield. They've just maintained just absolute dominance on all sides of the field, it seems like. Even when they are down a goal, they manage to find a way to come right back into it. Yes, there have been miscommunications on both sides. Odd Trip trying to put a shot on target, but it's a little bit wide. And now the ball will fall harmlessly to Wicked. Low on boost, but looking for a 50 anyway. Gets the demo on Knabit. AB has the ball, goes as far as Beans. Odd Trip is there, gets the save. Easy save for Odd Trip there. Didn't have to be, wasn't threatened too much. AEB falls over the ball, and finally, Embezzlers seem to be waking up just a little bit as they will take the lead here.
Yeah, that's the control we want to see. The passes over the middle. Baron Taco finally found out that the Despair is diving and jumping for these balls, just trying to force the issue, take away any control, puts the brake on, and then finally works it over the middle, over the last defender, and then just waiting for the teammate in the middle for an easy shot. Teamwork, trying to just work the boost, work the passes over the middle is going to be the only way Embezzlers are going to be able to generate offense, because they're not going to be able to do it solo right now.
Despair's offense seems to be falling apart a little bit here. They're not connecting on the passes that they were making last time out. As if, oh my goodness, is that just going to fall into the net? AEB trying to pitch it all the way downfield, but it rolls up the post, and Knabit will be able to take control and clear this away.
Embezzlers get a lucky break right there, just like about a foot or two to the other side, and that one's going in the back of the net, just like the Embezzlers did it to start out this game. Bumps are coming out strong. Baron Taco looking for a shot of his own, and now they finally build a 3-1 lead here. They've got a little bit of insurance, but still need to hang on for 2 minutes longer, and they're dialed in right now.
That was great stuff from Knabit to pick up Wicked, because Wicked was the only one that could potentially get to that ball, then leaves it for his teammate to put it into the back of the net. This is the first 2-goal lead that Embezzlers have had all night. So can they maintain this, or will Despair, will their offense finally start linking up a little bit, and they get right back into this game? We have Odd Trip going downfield, but Baron reads it the whole entire way. AEB is going to try to put this backboard. Will it waterfall? It does a little bit, but Knabit unable to make the touch. AEB and Wicked are both up. Wicked, I believe, gets touched on the ball. Odd Trip trying to continue the offensive pressure. Gets...
Yeah, he gets it right there. Beans trying to drop it over the middle, not quite able to do it himself. Knabit's just causing mayhem in the
shots
back
they're putting on.
Yep, over the middle. Knabit is up. Odd Trip trying to get this one away. Flip reset still in play. Wicked's got a little bit of a chance here. He's got to be able to find his teammates. Not quite able to before Baron Talk pre-jumps him from the ceiling. Abe working this one over the middle. Odd Trip's got a shot right here, looking for a double tap. He is going to barely get that one saved away. I believe 75% of that ball was inside the net. Just barely able to get it saved away by Embezzlers, and they dodged a bullet, and that is a absolute heartbreaker there for the Despair. They believe that they had that one in there, and this one's going to now be a 4-1 lead for the Embezzlers.
Man, Embezzlers are putting on an absolute show in this game number 3. Finally seems that they're woken up just a little bit. Embezzlers take the 3-1, the 3-goal lead here. Now Despair just suddenly looking for answers, as this ball has just found the back of their net so consistently in this game number 3.
A lot of that has to do with the offensive pressure, finding your teammates. They haven't banged the ball away. Embezzlers have just done a great job adjusting after what could have easily been the backbreaker for them and could have led to a loss here in game 3, but they didn't let it happen. They regrouped, found what they needed to do, and it's worked out just fantastically for them. Just playing a little bit more patiently, and they're able to make it work, as they're gonna come away with game 3 victory, and they just need to do it one more time to secure a 2-2.
This ball's going to end up still being up in the air. Can Wicked get one for the road? He manages to get one for the road with that touch there. So instead of being a 3-goal deficit, they at least managed to go home with one more. So a little momentum going into game number 4, but that was all Embezzlers that game.
Great, yeah, great shot there, but just a little too late. And now we're coming back. I believe the server's still up. The game said I lost connection to the servers. We're still here though, but we saw this is a big stat right here. The Despair had fewer shots this game than the Embezzlers did, and that's been a pinpoint of Despair's offense and their play style. Just shoot it at the net, force them to make a save, force a mistake out of the opponents, and then take advantage of what they have. But Embezzlers finally had the control this game, coming out with about 3 more shots than Despair, and not having to make nearly as many saves, only 1 compared to the 12 from last game.
Yeah, so now that the Embezzlers are back on their game here, they managed to stem the flow a little bit. They could potentially still take game number 4 here. I mean, with how the game's been going, chat, Sauce, how are y'all feeling right now? Who do you expect to take this game number 4? Because right now, I'm not sure who to guess.
It's really going to come down to Embezzlers. If they want it, I believe they can come out. I predicted the 2-2 earlier. It's really going to come down to how they play. If they throw it away, if they throw it away and just shoot for the net, Embezzlers aren't going to have a great time with it. Aren't going to have a great time with this game. If they find each other, they're going to have another result like game 3, and we're going to see a 2-2. But it's really just going to come down to the Embezzlers. But right now, Despair are finding each other. Pass off the side. Mistake comes out. And once again, we're seeing this Despair offense flow yet again.
Despair offense waking up one more time for game number 4. This time they take the early lead. This is the first lead. This is the first time Despair has led at the start of a game. AEB trying to put another shot on target. Baron was able to clear. Knabit has to get over the entire defense, but Despair once again setting up shop in the midfield, trying to be strong there. Oh no, oddtrip, that is not the touch oddtrip wanted, and suddenly Embezzlers are right back in this game.
Trip has been known as the equalizer, and he just had to do it. Had to tie up the game, unfortunately into his own net this time. I wouldn't worry about it too much, just gotta calm down a little bit. It's a very high stress situation. You have a chance to send the Embezzlers into 3rd place. You've got a chance to lock in the playoffs right before Abe's departure for the next 3 match days before you get him back in the playoffs. So you got to set yourselves up now with as much of a chance going into these last 3 match days as you possibly can.
Oh, everybody kind of being a little awkward on the ball here, but somehow Despair managed to get away with it. Oddtrip gets the demo on Beans, trying to get the shot as well. Baron's just going to send this high. It goes off the crossbar, unable to make full connection with the net here. Knabit has the ball, carries it across. AEB is going to push this downfield. Baron is there waiting in the middle. Oddtrip manages to push Baron out of the way, and so Wicked will clear this downfield as Beans will try to take control.
Great control right there in this one.
Oh, what a bump.
Into the neck. Oddtrip just barely able to get that one off the post. Not quite able to get the pinch that he wanted, but now he's got no boost. They're going to work it side to side. Baron Taco working for the pass over the middle. Wicked able to read it. He's going to get a big bang out. Knabit working it off the backboard. And Despair going to have one more chance to get it back over the middle. Oddtrip up early. Beans able to direct the play away. And now you've got Knabit looking for a solo play, not able to get it. Haven't really found each other together so far, just some accidental plays so far. But offense hasn't been there for the Embezzlers. They've got the lucky goal off the own goal. But we also haven't seen too much outside of that first goal here for Despair. They need to find a way to pass it over the middle, but bumps right there aren't going to really help. This one might go in. Knabit just in the nick of time.
Knabit now trying to carry the ball all the way downfield, manages to get it to the midfield, but had no teammates to help. Wicked's going to flick this over the top, managed to get a demo, but Baron was able to clear the ball away. Ball out to oddtrip. Oddtrip with the fired Baron Taco with the save, and finally Despair will break the defense down as Wicked and oddtrip come together.
A great job right there. We saw the passes are coming back together. They're filling in space where they need it. Oddtrip made the hard pass made the shot off the hit, the hard pass, just not able to get that one in, but you had the follow-up right when you needed it. And now they've got the 2-1 lead yet again here with just 2 minutes left to go. Gotta hold on somehow and keep the ball out of your half and keep the Embezzlers on defense. And that demo right there is gonna help out a lot.
Booming clear from Beans. AEB is able to collect this. Only goes as far as Knabit. Knabit tries to put it midfield, but Wicked is able to clear it long. Baron has a touch. AEB is up for it, looking for the dunk there, but Beans is able to clear it away. Beans gets a strong touches all the way downfield. oddtrip trying to collect that, gets the boost and manages to put it into the corner. Leaves it for AEB, who gets beat by Knabit to the ball, but manages to beat oddtrip. Is there to beat Baron Taco. oddtrip looking for a pass in the middle. Is anybody there? No. Knabit will send this long, but Wicked is just sitting there in the midfield. Tries to slow the ball down, but it only goes as far as Knabit. Gonna pass it to Baron. Baron with a shot, but oddtrip's able to clear it away, and now it's all the way back in Embezzler's half once again.
Despair's looking like they're starting to play really conservatively, and that's the last thing you really want to do with just a single goal lead. This one might go in. Beans stays strong right on the goal line. Said it right before, that's the last thing you want to do with just a 1-goal lead. They had very little boost, just kind of left it over the middle. oddtrip with nothing. Wicked had to find a boost corner, just left a gap wide enough for the Embezzlers to find, and now you have to find a goal of yourself. And now Wicked trying to work this one back over the middle, but you've got no teammates ready, but he might do it himself. Not able to get it. 3 cars it takes to get that one out of the net, and nobody has too much boost in the offense. Abe might be able to work this one back over. oddtrip looking for a shot, not able to get it. This one's gonna go back down. Wicked already up. He gets the dunk. Fantastic team play right here. I saw Wicked up so early, and he still comes up with the big play.
That is incredible from Wicked to manage to jump for that ball and keep it in. AEB trying to get the security goal, but Baron's going to be able to clear this. Only goes as far as oddtrip, and now the ball gets sent downfield once again. Wicked has control, looking for the reset, leaves it for Abe. AEB trying to beat Baron to the ball, but Baron will send this all the way downfield. Runs out of boost though, collects the corner, gets the demo, but they're running out of time. They have to get a goal now. Ball goes screaming towards Baron, but Baron did not turn for it. Baron, you have to touch this ball. Embezzlers, you gotta keep it up. Can they do it? oddtrip looking for a reset, manages to get it. Leaves it for AEB. Knabit is gonna clear this away. The ball is still up in the air. There's still a chance, but no, it's going to fall into the net. oddtrip will send us home. Despair will take the 3-1 game.
No last-second heroics here tonight. Embezzlers will fall to the 3rd place in the elite standings. And now, I believe Despair has secured their spot in the playoffs. But they still have a little bit more work to do, as this is a fantastic start for them to go into the playoffs with.
Absolutely. They fought hard for this win. Embezzlers had a little glimmer of life there in game number 3. Finally managed to show the form that they had been showing all season. But Despair rise to the occasion, send Embezzlers down. That is just a great series from everybody there. Embezzlers, you guys played your absolute heart out. I feel for you losing this one because it was close every single game was close up until basically game 3, and unfortunately, you just were not able to take it home today. But you guys are probably still we're probably still gonna see you in playoffs. I would be disappointed if we didn't see you guys again in the finals. I don't know how the bracket's going to work out, but at the very least, I would love to if you guys came back for the finals, because that would be just a fantastic match to watch.
And before we go, we gotta name ourselves an MVP for the match. I'm leaning for oddtrip. Both Wicked and oddtrip were balling out the whole game. We did see Wicked's 3 goals here in the final game here. I think oddtrip was a little bit more of a factor. Had just a little bit more offensive pressure, just especially with that flip reset nearly going in. And he was just the force of nature. Whenever he was up, somebody had to challenge him, or he was going to be making a play. I believe I would have to give to oddtrip.
I would have to agree with you. Oddtrip was a force to be reckoned with on both sides of the field. Getting the saves, and like you said, he was everywhere on offense. I mean, I'd have to go back and watch the replays, but like I said before, I believe he was the one that tied up the game every single time. I could be wrong. I think AEB and Wicked might have done it once, but for the most part, it was all oddtrip. So hats off to that man. He absolutely deserves MVP. But with that said, I do have to give a shout out to Baron, because Baron was doing work on that back end. That man was saving everything that he possibly could.
Absolutely fantastic work out of everybody. So many saves coming out of Baron Taco. His RPV rating is going to be jumping a little bit. But that is all we have for you tonight. We'll see you all on Wednesday, but joining me on the desk here tonight was MD and Precision, being ever so faithful here, producing just about every night so far. We will see you all on Wednesday night, and if you want your team on stream, I believe you still have a chance to sign up for the last few matches, and we'll see you all on Wednesday.
16 is match day 16 is no, because that is AMI Premier Finals, so make sure you are here for that, because AMI these are the two widest difference between the tiers, and it's always a good time. AMI always puts on a great show. I believe every season so far, we've pretty much had it go all 7 games, so I'm excited to see how that's going to turn out. But yes, thank you for joining us tonight, and y'all go get some sleep, because this was definitely a marathon.